I know, I know. Okay. Okay, so you are moving and you're staying in the same house where you moving to. So the place is a mess. There are moving boxes all over. There is a full mess going all around the place, and it is stressful. It is a little bit overwhelming and everything. So one thing that you can do is start it with your bedroom, because in the end of the day, you are going to need a nice place to stay, and it has to be peaceful, it has to be calming, it has to be restful. So regardless if it's not finished already, regardless if there are still things to do, things to arrange and everything, if you have a nice bedroom, clean sheets and clean pillows, clean everything, so it will help you throughout the process. So this is what we are going to do today. So we are going to start with the bedroom, if Tom allows me. Will you allow me? Will you? Oh, I love you too. I do. I do. Love you. So, the whole house is still a mess, but we have to make this livable. Let me reposition the camera here. So,
Please note, while I was filming, I was talking about all sorts of things, but I had to accelerate the video, otherwise it would have been half an hour long. So I am going to voice over a few things that I mentioned because I think they are still relevant in this contest. I always make the bed first thing after I get up, regardless if I am home, in a hotel, and especially if I am in a friend's house. It shows respect. The thing about making a bed, regardless if you have people to do it for you, is that it is good to start your day by finishing a task already. There is a feeling of accomplishment in that. It gives you the feeling as if the day hasn't even started and you are already winning. Whenever I'm changing sheets, I do iron them. You don't have to be OCD, but not only it makes it look good, but also it makes you feel better. Some would dare saying that they don't have time for this, but listen, we always make time for what's important. When something isn't, we simply don't prioritize.
now that this is done, we are going to layer the bed. Okay, we don't need to do anything fussy, anything, but just because it's cold, it's winter here, so we need something warm. So we're going to start with this one.
There's something very good about doing this. I like doing this. I like arranging things. I like, making things around the house. For instance, whenever I am in a creative block, having a hard time to finish a project or at least a step of it, I do clean. It puts my mind in a much different place and it helps me rearrange my thoughts. So after cleaning, I go back to work with a much clearer vision of what I need to do in order to finish the project I'm working on. I know the duvet cover picked is not the best choice because it's floral on floral, but it's easily fixed with pillows and throws. And once again, this is not permanent, it's just a temporary fix while the house is still being organized.
Before you ask, I don't change this every day. This is changed at least once a week. But this and this, because they are in direct contact with the skin, they are changed every other day. You don't have to be OCD over it, but just hear me out. You wouldn't wear the same clothes, the same underwear for a whole week, would you? So why would you feel comfortable? How do you feel comfortable sleeping on the same sheets day after day through a whole week? Even especially considering that you're spending 6 to 8 hours on your bed. I don't know how long do you stay in the bed. So no, these are changed every other day at least. Okay, and this, all the rest is changed once a week at least. Here it is. The bed is done. It's not perfect, once again, but in the end of the day, when I finished the work with the boxes, dealing with all the boxes, the books, and moving things around and everything, it's going to be nice to have a nice place to rest. And this is my tip of the day, okay? Always start your house organization with the bedroom. Till the next one.
As always, thank you for joining us.